All right, captains, welcome back to the Dre Sanchez YouTube channel, and we are once again giving an attempt to fly online, and I think it's going to work this time. I think we have most certainly figured out our internet situation. So, like my partner Chief Sim got his X-Plane figured out. Hopefully for now I have some stuff figured out. Without further ado, we are here in Baltimore at KBWI, and we are going to be taking this Airbus A321 by towless as far as the X-Plane model, all the way down from Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland to Charlotte, North Carolina. Green Light Auto Brokers, what's good with you? How you doing today, man? Good to see you once again. I think, man, you've been hanging in there, Green Light. So I think finally we're gonna have some type of stream here, hopefully that works. So hopefully I fly right, so we can get it right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on board here. As you can see, the aircraft is completely, it's on because we have the external power on. However, nothing else has been done, so let's go ahead and start doing the basic things. For those that aren't familiar with towless, and if you start the aircraft up at the gate just with the GPU connected, this is basically the state of the aircraft that you're going to get. So we know we need to come up here and align these bad boys here. And while we're at it, let's get the emergency light on and the nav and logo light on. And we are on VATSIM Fly Guy. How's it going? Welcome to this Thursday night stream. Welcome aboard to this American Flight 318 service from Baltimore down to Charlotte. All right, let's come down here to the FMC and go to our initialization page. Let's see here. We can probably, let's see here. Let's see if I can remember my views on this aircraft, first of all.
Unable to find view ID 3.
All right, let's see here.
Unable to find view ID 3.
That's that. That's that.
Unable to find view ID 3.
I'm looking for my views here, so bear with me. I haven't flown this one for a while. Okay, that's that. Boom, that's that view. And boom, boom. Okay, got it. All right, sorry about that, guys. Let's go ahead and brighten this up. And let's go ahead and get our information in, and then we're going to call for clearance. Of course, I got to turn the radios on. That's why you're not hearing any air traffic control. And we're going down to Charlotte, folks. While I'm doing this, I know this is the boring part of the flight, but it must be done for the administration portion so we can actually fly. How's everybody doing out there? What's going on? How's your week been? Hope your week's been fantastic. Mine's been pretty productive. Feel pretty good about myself. Yesterday, well, about a month ago, washing machine went out. Yesterday, I finally got the part in to do it myself, since I did a call to the washer and dryer fix-it place, and they did a no-call, no-show like a couple of weeks ago. So, hey, no worries there, man. So all I'm doing right now basically is just getting some admin stuff out of the way. Let's go ahead and look at our loading performance here. As far as fuel is concerned, we only need 8,000 kilograms basically. So we'll go about to 8,100. I did put 1,000 pounds extra, or 1,000 kilograms extra fuel just to be on the safe side. I'm trying to slide this where we get it to 8,100. There we go. So let's do that. And of course, let's increase our passenger values to about 194 passengers on here, which is fine with me. And let's look at moving the weights a little bit here. That should be fine. And you can see we're overweight there, so we got to come back. So we're pretty much going to be at max weight. So we'll apply those load settings and do that so that we can also continue to get the FMC ready. All right. Doing well, guys. And then we'll get our, once we get this stuff done, we'll go ahead and call for our clearance, and I got to set up the pushback. So 0 fuel weight here, 73.8, but you can also take this number if you guys didn't know. The first 3 numbers are important. There's a decimal after the 3, so it'd be 73, round up the 8. Using this 8 to turn this to an 8, and that's how they get this. Just in case you're wondering what values are supposed to go in here and what it's supposed to look like. I know I repeat the same stuff over and over, but hey, repetition is what's going to win the game here. 27.5 is the 0 fuel weight center of gravity. All right, that's in there. Block fuel's 8.1, and that's just simply 8,100, and then we're getting our pre-departure clearance already. All right, so as you can see here, pretty much what I filed is what we're getting, so we can go ahead and start taking care of that. Let's see here. All right, let me shut this music off for a second so we can handle. Let's go down and check on these radios, if we will. Let's get rid of this toeless interactive screen. Let's get our radios on first of all. So just know when you fly this aircraft, radios come off. And you'll want to check, this is your volume. You want to check this is on and turned up, and this is for you to activate your microphone over here. So let's go ahead and start dialing in some of these frequencies here so we can figure out what's going on with our lives. Okay, so PCT approach is 119,850. Let me read the message here. Message states clearance. Let me see when we have to call. When ready to taxi. Let's see. Departure runway contact Potomac approach on 1985, which is who sent me the message, with the sign SID and current ATIS. When ready to taxi, or if you have questions. Okay, cool. So no big deal. Our squawk code is going to be 2120. So we can just go ahead and put that in here now. 2120. All right. And we are taking the, well, we can start punching this in now. I just need to figure out what, let me see if they gave me what runway. ATIS, message, frequency, I don't see that they gave me a runway, so let's put in the ATIS. It's 3265. So we'll come right over here and do it on this side, of course. 3265. All right, so now we want to go ahead and monitor this one, so we just need to go ahead and turn that on. And again, it's one of those situations where, oh, you know what? I take that back. It's not 3265. That was for Washington Reagan. So we don't have ATIS here. So we are most certainly going to need to come on over to FlightAware and try to gather some information there, and then assess what runways. Hopefully the guy will tell us what runways it is, but we'll just make our best assessment here. Okay, so the winds are calm, which is not going to do us any good at this point. Winds are calm, and it's VFR flight conditions. Altimeter is 3000. So without further ado, let's go ahead and type that in. Let's get some of these displays turned up first, though. Otherwise, we're going to be in a bad way. All right, let's get the center displays all turned up. And of course, let's go to the first officer side and get his stuff turned up. Could be you if you're serving as the first officer today. If not, it's okay to just be a passenger, and even if you want to help me out on some flying, you can do that too. All right, 3000, and let's come back over here to the GPS or the CDU as you were, and let's go ahead and start punching in the magic. Let's see here. Let me check on you guys on the stream. Drew Stone 77. Yo, what is up, my man? Thanks for checking in. I know I haven't done a stream in a while, Drew, but here we go. We're going to try to make magic today. So let's continue doing what we do. So let's go back to that pre-departure clearance on VATSIM. So we did get flight level 300, which is awesome. Okay, we're doing the TERP 27. Let's take a look and see let's orientate ourselves on the field first of all, so we can kind of take the best guess at departing. And honestly, man, I don't know. I really don't. Let's see here. Okay, so here we are. We're at gate C5. So if it were my best guess, runway 28 perhaps would be the most logical runway to take off, which is a western runway. So we're just going to put that in, and if that changes, then we'll change it up. I'm not really too sure because the ATIS isn't working. So let's go ahead and go to our flight plan and start making magic happen. We're just going to say 28. And if that, okay, so there's a Terp 27. So that definitely is an option. And let me pull this back up. Okay, so we got Terp 27. Glank is the transition. And so let's just put that in the flight plan. And then, of course, this is not going to be a very complex flight plan simply because it's a pretty short flight. It's only 55 minutes in the air, I believe. And then LYH is basically, so we can essentially, let's just insert that and get right into the arrival. We don't know what runway, so we're just going to come right over here. And the arrival for us is the Chrysler 4. So here's the Chrysler 4, and let's see, Jedco. Let's come on over here for a transition. Transition is going to be LYH. And let's modify that. Let's get rid of this discontinuity, because from blank we're going direct LYH. So I said it's a pretty, let's see here. Why didn't that work? Okay, there we go. Now we're going to insert that, and there we go. We have a nice little flight plan, of course, with a discontinuity because we haven't selected the runway yet, but that's fine. Now what we can do is go ahead and come over here to perf, and we need to get our TOLUS plugin back in. Now, one thing I just want to let you guys know, I am flying using the Thrustmaster, Airbus, throttle, and sidestick, as well as rudder pedals, and we want to make sure that that's going to be working for our sim. Jewstone says, KWI 7 minutes ago, wind calm, visibility 10 static miles, no clouds, 12,000 feet, temperature 17 Celsius, dew point 12 Celsius, altimeter's 3001. That was 7 minutes ago. Thank you, Jewstone, for that, brother. So I'm going to update my actual altimeter. I got 300. Jewstone 77 says it's 3001. No worries. Okay, so now that we have hypothetically selected our awesome runway, and we're going to use toga thrust, of course, here because we are pretty heavy. Here's our V speeds, so we can go ahead and plug these in to 145. 145 times 2, actually. That's V1 and VR, and then our V2 speed is going to be 148. So there you have 148. We're doing flaps 2, and of course we need to come over here and look at this, and there's nothing on the trim even though it's down, so we'll do down 0.0. so that's pretty good balancing of the aircraft there. And the flex temp, if we are going to use it, it's going to be 36. If we do use a flex takeoff, which I'm going to do toga because we're heavy, I don't think I'm going to do flex. Our transition altitude is 18,000 feet, so that's pretty good. Now, one thing, if you are flying with the Thrustmaster, Airbus side stick, and throttle, what you're going to want to do to make sure that you have the reversers to match your throttle is you need to come in here and select this button right here where it says reverse on same axis. And I never saved these settings, but I'm gonna save them now. So there we go. We'll see if that makes a difference. And then of course we can always come over here and double check our work. So right now I have it in idle position. There's reverse, back on up. So that's just by doing that, that's going to tell me that they're in the right positions for when I depart the field. Okay, so what we can observe now is that all doors are closed, and here's our flight route leaving, get based off the runway 28 as promised. Drew Stone gave me the altimeter of 3001 in his MEDAR, And lastly but not leastly, I need to most certainly come over here and double check my frequencies and also the departure, because we need to know what we're putting in the MCP. So we're doing the TERPS 7, the top altitude for this departure. Let's see if we leave on 28. Once then on initial climb, top altitude, departures on JERS and Merc transition. And let's see, okay, Glank. So this one's pretty interesting. I'm going to show you guys this. You don't see this that often, but there is a little bit of change in this one. So here we are. We're looking at our initial climb for our standard instrument departure here. And so I've, estimated based off of where we're parked in the ramp and the winds are calm, they'll probably give me runway 28, which looks like a pretty smooth departure because everything is based, this whole departure is based off of getting back west. So hopefully it gives me runway 28. But you can see here, based off your transitions, was going to determine whether your final altitude for this standard instrument departure is 16,000 or 17,000. We're Glank, so we're in the 17,000. So that's pretty cool to pay attention to something a little bit different on the Jefferson chart there. So so we're going to go ahead and in the MCP, we're going to go ahead and put in 17,000. Because we're on that Glank, and the rest is good. Our flight directors are on, altimeters are set, everything's looking pretty good. Now the only thing we have to do now, guys, is come out here. Let me take a look and see where we're at on the ramp again, because I do believe we can just kind of do a standard pushback, so we can go nose left. So hopefully our better pushback is cooperating with us today. If not, oh, it is. So that's a miracle. So that's a good sign. So we can basically just do a number like this right here. Super simple on the ramp. We're not on any active taxiways. There's no other aircraft here. So boom. Let's go ahead and accept that.
Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
All right. Now let me just check my pre-departure clearance and make sure that there was no instructions. All right, so let me just read this pre-departure clearance here. Call sign American 318, transponder code 2120, altitude flight level 300. I won't read the route. We already did that. Altitude restrictions climb via SID. There is no other information. Departure frequency is 1985. This message serves as your departure clearance. You do not need to reply to this message. Push and start at your own discretion. That's what I was looking for. Check ATIS for departure runway. Contact Potomac approach on 11985 with the sign SID. And current ATIS when ready to taxi. So we'll let them know that we're on the TERPS 7 and that we are ready to taxi. So let's just get that frequency in there of 119.85, if we will. 119.85. All right, and what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to type in, let's see, DC Center 33725, because we know that's what we're going to switch to eventually. Almost there. 72.725, 133.725. Okay. There we go. That's all in there. So now we need to get our APU on, of course. So we're going to come up top and hit the power, wait a few seconds. Now we are going to get our seat belts on non-smoking auto. Push that APU button. Now we can most certainly come down here and monitor the APU. So you can see the flap is just opened up on the APU, and we got the exhaust gas temperature, and then this is the fan on the small turbine engine, which is the APU. All right, in the meantime, let's go lock this cabin door. We don't want any crazies coming into us, you know what I mean, man? All right, we're doing good, man. I really like the flow so far, and yeah, we're doing good. All right, so let me check you guys out in the chat just to make sure I'm not being remiss. Okay, Green Light Auto Broker says he's saying what's up to Drew Stone, and they're just checking in there. Nothing else really in the chat. So let's keep pushing here, guys. So we're just waiting for that APU to come up on board, and then we can take off, man, and not really have to belabor this at all. Let's see where we're at on that APU. It's 100%. It should say available up top now, which it does. So that means we can extinguish that external power, of course. And now we need to use our tollless interface to get rid of the GPU the right way. Every now and then I forget this, but I like this tollless. They do you the favor of getting rid of it if you start pushing back and it's still there. Okay, so there we go, guys. So now that that is on and confirmed, you know what we need to do now? We need to turn that beacon on. For some reason, this aircraft spawned at the gate, but a little farther away, so that was funny. So the gate, it wasn't actually pulled up to the gate. All right, so we have our beacon on now. Folks know that the aircraft is going to be pushing back, and we can go ahead and start our better pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, tow is driving up. So the parking brake is most certainly set. All right, now let me make sure I get you guys some cams. Hopefully they work. Every now and then. Just put my hand on. Okay, I got one that's frozen already. So it's a good thing I'm going to check that out. Let's see, this other one is not frozen, so that's good. All right, let me unfreeze the wheel cam here.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Airbus 9643, turn left, heading 250, back to to final descent, maintain 4000.
Descend and maintain 4000, turn left, heading 230. Airbus 9643.
Negative 250, please.
All right, so we had a bit of a snafu there. It looks like we're back streaming. It looks like I don't think we're going to be able to get any cams here. For whatever reason, my OBS is continuing to freeze up when I'm trying to turn the cams on. So we won't have those cams on today, unfortunately, but that's all right. Let's keep it moving here. I tell you, it's always something with this flight simulator situation. So let's go ahead and hit that parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Now, this is one thing about this aircraft. Whenever we get our pushback, it automatically starts to bank us a certain way. That's unrealistic, and it's only with the tollless on the better pushback. So I don't know if anybody else gets that as well. And then once they push us back and we set the parking brake and we disconnect, once I hit the parking brake release again, we swing, which is highly peculiar. So I don't know why it does that, but yet it does. Anyway, enough playing there.
622 Alpha Kilo to Charlotte, still out
Let
there.
us get our
3005.
transponder on, and hopefully everything's working out there. Let me check the stream just to make sure that we're good to go. And we are. Alright. So, Green Light, our brokers, you still flying? Blah's Flight Sim Expo. That's the plan. Hope nothing happens between now and then. Just so you know, Green Light, Andrew Stone, I probably will be going to the Flight Sim Expo as well, seeing as how I pretty much live down the street from it. So, if it's still happening in San Diego. So, hopefully we'll see you guys there. So, we're pushing back. We have our transponder on, TARA, of course. And, yeah, so unfortunately we won't have any cams today. Otherwise, OBS is going to freeze up on me again. So sorry about that, guys. I honestly think it's my new, ever since I got my new webcam, which is a different brand than Logitech, it's kind of, I think that's what's causing it to interfere with it.
Airbus 9643, flighting 260.
Skywas 9643.
November 622 Alpha Kilo, contact Washington Center 133.72.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Alright, we're gonna set the parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Check your guys' volumes out here too in OBS. Let's see. All right, let me know if any volumes are off, and I'll fix them up for you guys. Again, I'm a bit out of practice with this streaming thing, but together we can conquer all. All right, so we're gonna let them disconnect, and then I'm gonna take the parking brake off and then reset it, just simply because I don't know if it's something with the gear. Well, let's step outside. Okay, so the gear is straight. The gear is straight, and they're obviously disconnecting.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright, so there she is on the ramp. He's moving off. Okay, now let's get in and just hit that parking brake once and see what it does. Okay, no big deal there. And parking brake's on. So hopefully we don't do a whole crazy type of manipulation or moving around the ramp once we get the engine started. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we're going to go ahead and let's get that basically to the ignition. And then of course, one thing we almost forgot to do, we need to put our bleeds on, folks. See there? We almost got caught slipping. We wouldn't have had an engine start, and we would have been trying to figure out what is going on. All right, so that's all copacetic. Let's go ahead and get the right side or number 2 going. All right, you can see here on the notch 2 fan, this is the second fan blade in there. We already got some motion on there. So we're going to wait for that to come up. In the meantime, let's also start. That's not going to let me do it until I get the aircraft all the way up. Sometimes I try to move too fast for my own grease. So I'm hoping for runway 28. Looks like we got Drew Stones in New York. I have lots of family in New York, South Bronx, so it's a small world after all. All right, we got number 2 up and running. Let's go ahead and start number 1. All right, it's a real bummer I can't get my flight controls on for you guys. The cameras, I set them up and everything. So, oh well, you know, stuff happens. So I honestly believe it's my new webcam, so perhaps I'm gonna have to maybe buy another Logitech one and have that work. Alright, so we'll leave the ignition on. So this
9643, turn right
all the way up.
280, report the Baltimore Airport in
In the meantime, we can get our flap set.
Our airport, Baltimore Airport in sight, turn right heading 280, Skywas 9643.
Flaps level 2. Alright, and we do have a good start. Let's go ahead and put our ignition to normal. And now we can turn the APU off, and that also will extinguish the bleed as well. And this is what I like about this aircraft. Pretty much check up top, everything else is good to go. Now we need to go ahead and
Baltimore Airport in sight,
make a call.
Skywas 9643, cleared visual approach runway 33 left.
Now we can get it into the takeoff configuration page. Let's see, auto brake needs to go to max, which we tried prematurely. We do need to arm the auto brake here. Let's see here. Trying to get my right button. Okay, there we go. Auto brake is armed, and then once we let the parking brake off, we will most certainly be checking the takeoff configuration. Finally, we need to do our flight controls check here. All right, so we're going to go full up, pull down, aileron left, aileron right, and let's do our rudders now. We're going to do rudder right and rudder left. All right, that is all copacetic. So now we can go back over here to our status page. That looks good. Everything is normal, and everything here is in the green. Cabin is ready. Parking brake is still on, and that's about it, guys. So let's see here. I think I messed up my view a little bit. Let me fix this here. All right, so we are ready to go. We're on the Terps 7, and we've got the current ATIS here. Potomac approach, American 318 pushback from gate Charlie 5 with the weather on board. Have the Topet 7 departure ready to taxi. It's a Terp 7.
American 318 Potomac approach, runway 28 taxi via Charlie, uniform 1.
28 Charlie, uniform 1 for American 318. All right, so for once
American 318D, Baltimore altimeter 3001.
3001 in the altimeter, American 318. All right, guys, so that was pretty much what we had. So basically, we're just going to go straight ahead, and that's going to take us where we need to go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get our taxi light on and our runway turn-off light on, and everything else is good to go. Let's go ahead, and there I go again, messing up my view. Let's go ahead and release that parking brake. There goes that shift in the plane that I was talking about. It kind of danced to the left, but that's all right. Man, I'm so tempted to try and figure out the rudder situation. I mean, the control situation, but I'm not going to do it. We'll worry about it another stream. All right.
West 9643, wind calm, runway 33 left, clear to land.
Good to land, 330 left.
All right. So while we're rolling here, let's do the takeoff configuration check. All right. Every takeoff configuration is normal. So let's see here. Okay. We got to kind of go to the left a little bit in order to get the Charlie taxiway. So this is pretty much Charlie right here. We just take a right, and we're going to take this all the way down to uniform 1. So again, everybody who's just joining the stream, welcome aboard. Haven't done a flight stream in some time. There were videos, couldn't get this internet thing figured out for the longest. And to be honest with you, it actually was my network adapter at my computer. So essentially I just invested in some Ethernet cables, which I should have done a long time ago. And I was just in disbelief that it was a network adapter since this computer's so expensive. But you know, I think what happened was Windows updates, and I don't know if anybody else has a PC experienced this, but Windows updates happen, and next thing you know, my stuff's not working. So turns out it was the network adapter. So to somewhat bypass that, I just went ahead and bought Ethernet cables, and am directly wired up to the router. Like I said, I should have done this before anyway, so not like it's rocket science or anything. I don't know why I didn't do it or even think about it. I guess I was in disbelief that my computer could even be at fault. So yeah, so there you go. Totally was at fault. And it's probably my fault I haven't been on the stream so long. So I'm like a kid in a candy shop right now. Now let's hope the flying is on point, and then we'll have a good day. So All right, now this is uniform 1. So we're pretty much ready to go. Potomac approach, American 318 on uniform 1, holding short, runway 28, ready for departure.
American 318, wind calm, runway 28, clear for takeoff. Without delay, please have traffic on a 3-mile final for a crossing runway.
Without delay, runway 28, clear for takeoff, American 318. All right, so without delay, that means get up and at 'em. And no messing around. Strobes are on. And let's not delay this, folks. We're going to do a toga. Man-toga takeoff, so let us get out of here.
Scout 9643,
All right,
I show you on the
time.
right side on 33 right. Confirm you're on 33 left.
Here we go, guys. Let's get it up in the air.
Skywest 9643.
Yeah, I see Drew Stone says
Left.
the update screwed a lot of people. I hear you.
Are you in Microsoft Flight Simulator?
All right, so we're all lined up. We got our chronometer on without
Have you
delay.
downloaded the Baltimore patch?
All right. Takeoff power is set. Man,
Alright,
toga.
33 left does not exist in there. Let's just do this. Cleared. Change turn right 33 right, right 33 right, clear land.
Airspeed is alive.
Clear to land 33 right, Skywest 9643. My apologies, I had no clue about this. If I did, I would have been told.
No problem.
80 knots, of course. Passing 100. Wind is pretty calm. I'm not doing too much. V1, VR. Nice and easy on the stick. Let's go ahead and nose up. Alright. Let's go ahead and get that gear up. Landing gear is coming up. Alright, guys. We are right on that needle. Looking good. Gonna hand fly it here for a second, at least until we get into where it's climb. Alright. Climb lever is in there.
American 318, radar contact, say altitude passing.
American 318 passing 2,500 climb and sit.
American 318, thank you. Climb and maintain flight level 230.
Up to flight level 230, American 318. Alright, accidentally disconnected the autopilot. And we're going up flight level 230. Drew Stone says roll up and roll out. That we did. Alright, let's go ahead and get those turn off lights. And let's get the flaps down. There we go. Also, we can extinguish our speed brake, and you can see the bird is climbing quite nicely up to flight level 230. Yeah, winds are definitely calm, and definitely was a good call when doing that man tow, because we are totally heavy. Alright, look at that.
Roger, taxi to ramp via Quebec.
So pretty nice departure out of the Baltimore area. Right now we are on the TERP 7 standard instrument departure out of Baltimore. And we're climbing up to flight level 230. We've been cleared up to flight level 230. We've got a full complement of passengers on here pretty much. And so we're just going to take this one nice and easy. The only issue we've had today is my cams aren't working in OBS. But we'll figure that out. Let's get the meat and potatoes of this thing first. Probably do this short flight and then do American Truck Simulator route just to make sure those cams are working appropriately. I honestly think it's the new cam for whatever reason.
United
OBS
1067,
doesn't like
summing departure, climb and maintain
Maybe I need to do a
17,000.
driver or update OBS. We'll take a look and see what it is. But so far, as long as we have this screen here, we're okay. Alright, aircraft is continuing to climb about 2,600 feet per minute. And right now we are direct Terps on our way to Baltimore, or as you were, on our way to Charlotte. Again, hope everybody is doing well. And let's go down and put our information down here so that we can follow along, of course, like good little students. We'll leave this in here. Our cost index is 50, so the aircraft is pretty much going to do its best thing to stay as fast as possible. Picking up speed here in about 1,000 feet, so we just crossed 9,000. Anyway, everybody, there we go. So far, so good. Let's take a couple of sights here. Let's get another one of those going.
Bye.
That's a beautiful country down there. Green and lush. Starting to make this turn.
United 1067, contact Washington Center 133.72.
133.72, United 1067, thanks for the service.
See ya.
Alright. Enough of that madness. We are now direct to Lime. Or Litme, as you were. Let's see what that says. We are direct to Litme, not Lime. Okay, so we've only got about 49 minutes to go, hopefully, until we touch down in Charlotte. And I'm not sure if ATC will still be on there, but for the most part, we could probably go ahead and get some music on now for the duration of the flight, or at least until we start having activity to descend. Let's go ahead and see what we got for some tunes here. Need to download some new music, actually. So we're cruising right along. Hope everybody's doing well. And yeah, hopefully the next time we get on board, we will have some cams on board, which I'm still a little perturbed by, but that's all right. Alright, Dave McKee says, yum, dinner of champions, spaghetti and meatballs. That does sound good, actually. Don't make me hungry, Dave. I'll have to start chewing in your guys' ear. Nah, my wife fed me really good, though. But I do love me some spaghetti and meatballs.
American 318, contact Washington Center 133.72.
Over to Washington Center 117.72 for American 318.
American 318 negative 13372.
13372 for American 318. Okay, so the problem is I actually have my autopilot disconnect button mapped with my doggone autopilot release, so that's going to be annoying for this flight, so I don't think I'll be able to stop it. Alright, that's why I kind of got thrown off. That's why I said the wrong frequency. I was like, huh, what's going on here? 133725. Okay. DC Center American 318 checking in at 16,900, climbing flight level 230.
American 318, Washington Center, maintain flight level 300, proceed direct Lynchburg.
Okay, direct Wedgepoo up to flight level 300, American 318. Alright, so, quite annoying. Alright.
Delta 396, contact American Center 132.97.
Center American 318, was that direct to Walsall?
American 318, negative direct to Lynchburg, Lima, Yankee Hotel.
Okay, direct Lynchburg. Appreciate that, American 318. Alright. Yeah, I would really have to...
Delta 396,
I don't know if it would... Yeah, that's going to be annoying. I don't know if I dare try and salvage it. Let's see. Yeah, because that's going to be annoying each and every time. Let's see, man. This has been and still is a week from HEL. So many appointments and phone calls. Dave McKee says, evening. Drew and Dre, sorry, eating. So in the back. No, you good. Eat. Enjoy the food, Dave. Enjoy your food. I'm gonna sneak up here and see if I can change this key assignment really quick without getting in trouble. Let's see. Thrustmaster, A320 side stick. Trigger, autopilot. Okay, so let's edit this to do nothing for now.
Sector Jack 40 with the question.
Okay.
40, go ahead. Like, proceed direct.
There we go.
All right. Kilo Alpha, Lima, Delta Alpha.
Alright, so we fixed it really quick. We snuck it in.
Kilo Alpha, Lima, Delta Alpha, Calda.
Snuck it in, guys. Go into options, remap the keys, won't interfere with the flight. Just alert to see you might maybe pause for a second. Gotcha. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I actually did it. I read your mind, Dave. See? Great minds think alike, Dave. I read your mind and did exactly that. Yeah, because I couldn't take it. Alright. Cruising right along, but yeah, Dave, glad you're getting your tummy happy. And
thank you.
my wife fed me good. I had soup and grilled cheese tonight, man. I tell you, there's something. If I would have made the soup and grilled cheese sandwich, it wouldn't have been as delicious. But when my wife makes it for me, I don't know what she does. Puts that magic in, it's always delicious. So I'm happy you getting your grub on, Dave. Alright, so let's go ahead and walk around the aircraft. Nothing major today as far as too many issues. Okay, let's go ahead right over here to perf. And right now we're still in our climb, so it's not going to tell us when our top of descent is until we get into the cruise phase of the flight. So there's no worries there. just looking at this. Oh, you know what? That's another thing we forgot to do. I was like, why is the aircraft not continuing to climb? But that was because I never put in the target altitude of 300. Music is a bit loud on my end, Drew Stone. Gotcha. I'll turn it down a little bit. And that one song was, I noticed it was getting loud in my ear as well.
United 001 Heavy, repeated it. I'm going down to Baltimore 340. United 001 Heavy, Washington Center.
Alright, you guys let me know when music volume on there, if you can hear it. If you can't hear it, let me know what's up and I'll try to get it fixed up. Let's try to get some of that scenery out of there. Alright, tomato soup and grilled cheese with some Annie's cheddar bunnies crackers for the soup. My favorite lunch. Man, Dave, you can't go wrong with soup and grilled cheese, man. You add those crackers in there. Might have to request my wife to make me that food again tonight. Yeah, right. Probably get the chunkla thrown at me. We could try though. We could dream, man. We could dream.
44 Washington Center, Squawk 0541.
So yeah, let me know if you guys can hear the music now. Turn the no smoking signs off. Dave says a sign off. Through. By the way, fine, LL. LOL. Okay, he says turn the no smoking off so somebody back there can get their smoking on. But we most certainly need to get these landing lights off, but I forgot to get out. Man, I'm just so distracted. And hopefully these little problems aren't indicative of a landing that we're going to have. Hopefully we have a great landing. Drew Stone says, LOL, puff, puff, give. That's right, puff, puff, pass, man. You guys know what's up. I live in Cali, so... legal is the word. Legal is the word. Alright guys, so we're continuing to climb here. Flight level 258. So we've got about 4,000 to go until we hit our target of flight level 300. Now that I've actually programmed it in the MCP and paid attention to what I'm doing. Alright, now what I should do is come over here and check to see if there's ATIS for our destination. So it looks like Atlanta Center is still on. And there is ATIS at our location. The ATIS there is 132.1. So we're going to get that in here and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. What do we say? 132.1. So that's the ATIS in Charlotte, 132.1. Now what we're going to do is check and see if FlightAware can also give us a little indication as to what's happening in the Charlotte area. Charlotte, we should be pulling up to gate C15, so we'll see where that's at. So right now, winds are basically out of the east at 80 degrees at 8 knots. It's clear. Visibility is 10 miles. Temperature is 23 degrees Celsius or 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Altimeter is 3003. So we'll see what we get on that runway. Assignment. It definitely sounds like it's going to be crosswinds. Landing. I'm going to open the charts there now and take a look and see what I can gather.
Washington Center, deliver 1776 Bravo.
So the runways in Charlotte are pretty much,
1776 Bravo, Washington Center.
you know, here's one. I've never landed on this runway here. I don't even know if it's still active, actually.
250 descending.
See, I believe I landed there once, and that runways can be used for taxi. Runway 23, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo, restricted. When taxiing with cockpit. I'm pretty sure this is the airport where they use 23 for a taxiway. I don't even think it's an active runway. I think so. It's going to be.
Anything for tier flight 1558 from the
Well, it might be a northern landing based off the winds out of the east. I don't know.
Flight 1558 Washington.
I mean, the east is kind of right between both of these, so I don't know what they're going to give us actually. So we'll see if we can get that ATIS in there. Check it out.
001, just near the kids for arrival. Dulles landing north.
Less than 900 to go for our final cruising altitude.
3003.
All right, Drew Stone has been nice enough once again to get that ATIS. Charlotte, 53 minutes ago. Wind, yep, 8 knots, 8 visibility, 10 static miles, no clouds, under 12, temperature 23 exactly. Altimeter 3003. Thank you, Drew Stone, as usual. So let's be brave right now and try to even listen to the ATIS. I don't think it's going to work.
Contact lost.
Numerous cranes in vicinity of airport. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. RFP approach on request. Breed Michael runway assignments and Breed Michael hold short instructions. Operating mode C on no taxiway and runway. Do not enter prohibited airspace north of airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie. Advise on initial contact.
Pause that music
You
there
have
for a second.
information, Charlie.
Okay, Charlie's current.
Washington National Airport ATIS information, Charlie
That's
0152.
Washington. What are we doing here? Wrong
West
airport. Okay.
340, visibility 10. Sky clear for 12,000. Temperature 23, 2.12. Altimeter 3003. Simultaneous departure of the view. Expect runway 36 center. Runway 36 right. Simultaneous approach is in view. Expect visual approach 36 right. 36 center. 36 left. North is 2 airmen. Runway 5. 23 available for taxi.
Yep, I told you guys it was this runway.
Will be on while operating on runways and taxiways. Read back will hold short instructions. Bird activity vicinity airport. VFR aircraft contact clearance delivery 127.15. Advised aircraft type. Initial heading and altitude. Advise on initial contact. You have information Quebec.
All right, we got Quebec. All right, says, can't they get a better computer voice? My Alexa sounds better. I know, right, Drew?
0152 Zulu.
They've had this one forever.
080 and 8.
All right, so it did work.
Sky clear.
So we know we're landing north as it stands right now, which is no big deal. Let's go ahead and look at our top of descent. See, top of descent, 76 nautical miles to go. We go up here and check on something. It's asking me if there's our new cruise out. Nope, flight level 300, so that's it. That's what it should have been too as well in the system here. Let's take a look on the init page. Yep, we did cruise flight level. All right, so let's fix that. So it's still saying news cruise altitude 3, flight level 310. That couldn't be anything further from the truth. Let me see what we got going on here. Nothing else changed except the speed. Right, as a Canadian, you can have Quebec no charge. Appreciate that, Dave.
I'm in the Motor 5 arrival, Raleigh landing east. The Raleigh altimeter 30.
Drew Stone says it reminds me of Would You Like to Play a Game? Oh, right, from
6 Bravo, send by the Motor 5 arrival, Raleigh landing east. The Raleigh
the one with that little doll that comes out.
003.
Saul, right? Would you like to play a game?
Exactly.
Yeah, me and my wife actually watched pretty much all those. We used to watch those back in the day.
1067, leave my airspace, New York Center offline, radar service terminated, change to advisory approved. Okay, and over to contact service to the
So, PC specs, Sarah is asking PC specs. This is a 10th generation i7, and it's got a NVIDIA GTX, I believe, 1080 graphics card, and an Asus motherboard, a Corsair cooling, and let me know else what you want. I'm not the best at giving my specs, Should get better at that. War Games, Matthew Broderick. I remember that movie. Me too, Dave. I know you're older than me, Dave, but boy, you're dating us, man. Don't bring that movie up anymore, man. They're really gonna know our age. Let's just say I used to watch that movie back in the day when it was out in the movie theater. So, you know, yes, that's a classic though, Dave. That's a classic. War Games, Matthew Broderick. Let's see, there was War Games that he played in. Ferris Bueller, Day Off. Sierra Triple A says thanks. You are most welcome, good sir. Drew Stone, password pencil. All right. So let's look and see. Atlanta Centers is 32975. We might as well go ahead and put that in. 32975. That's probably what they're going to say next. What did I say? 975. All right. 132,975 is what we're typing in there, and that should be giving us a little bit of relief once we get busy and figuring out which runway we're landing at and how that's going to work out. All right. Let's see if we can get a little more few tunes on now until it's time to go to work. All right. So let's see if we can take a quick peek at the VATSIM network. All right, here we are, folks. The VATSIM network here via VATSIM. Here we are right here, American 318. You can see we're still in DC's purview, and then we'll be crossing right over into the Atlanta airspace here shortly. Let's see if I can make this thing bigger here. All right, so there you go. So there we are here, American 318, heading southwest here, heading directly to Charlotte, which we do not have that far to go, guys. So we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm definitely liking my stream quality. Drew Stone, does 13297 and 132,975 make a difference? Dave McKee, 0.97, maybe 970. Yes, it does make a difference. Yeah, that's one of those things too about the frequency. Yeah, they do make a difference because they're two different frequencies because of those last two numbers. Let's see, 975. However, you know, sometimes there's no choices for the even number. So let's just say we're trying to put that same frequency in. Let's see, 132, and we said it was 975. We're just messing around here. All right, so there's 132,975, but if they were to give us 32,970, look, it doesn't even allow me. It goes from 80 to 5 to 75 to 65, as to where this one and this frequency range allows you to have the 60. So for whatever reason, it's never intended for this 32 to have a 970 for whatever reason, and it might have something to do with, you know, frequency.
318 to by the Chesley for arrival, Charlotte landing north to Charlotte, altimeter 3003.
Altimeter 3003, descend via the Chrysler for arrival and landing north for American 318. All right, so there we go, guys. We're about to get busy work here. Let's look and see when our top of descent is. Let's go back to our performance, of course. Top of descent, 29 miles. So with that being said, that's going to come up pretty quick. Let's look at this Chrysler for arrival. And they said landing north. So if we are landing north from SPLA, let's find that first of all. Okay, it says landing north here from SPLO. Okay, where's SPLO at? Okay, so we're gonna come down this way. Okay, here's SPLO. So that's the main one. then we need to track 219 to Jamco. So right here, to Jamco and all the way down, and we'll be downwind right here. So we just probably have a few waypoints to put in, and the bottom altitude is 9,000. So that's what we're going to set our MCP for. 9,000.
318, contact Atlanta Center 132.907.
Atlanta Center 3297. Thanks for ATC. We'll see you next time, American 318. All right. So it was 9,000, and you can see our descent indicator is getting ready to come up. So let's go down now and hit that frequency that was up for debate.
Maintain total 410.
All right, let's get that music shut down again. Good evening, Atlanta Center, American 318 with you, flight level 300. All right. It's probably looking for us on the scope.
Frontier Flight 1550 Atlanta Center. Mac 318 Atlanta Center, Sembia Chesley 4 landing northeast, Charlotte altimeter 3003, more than wire wall.
Hey, Chrysler 4, sending via that, landing north, altimeter 3003, American 318. Alright, so, as promised, it's getting ready to go down. So, what we're going to do is, I'm just going to throw those other waypoints in without doing, because they still haven't told me what runway we're landing on, they just say landing north, so, I'm also going to look at the gate here in a second and kind of figure out
Southwest 392, contact
Memphis Center
133.65.
because we are parking at gate Charlie 15. All right, folks. Top of the descent, 4 nautical miles. So,
American correction Delta 2285, Sidestick Bob.
the ideal runway to land on would actually be 36 right
Delta 2285,
or
Sidestick
center.
Bob.
To be honest with you, really doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and push this in so we can start our wonderful descent.
Southwest 1055.
All right, so we officially have started our descent, folks. Let me check on the chat here. All right, let's see. Try on VHF. Dave McKee says, so yes, it does make a difference. Try on VHF 1. Dang, that dinner was good, man. I needed that. And Drew Stone says, I thought they used 3 digits after the decimal outside of the States.
5,000 for 8,000. Heading
44 left center radar
You guys are
contact.
getting pretty technical on me. I couldn't even tell you, what the exact is,
Delta 2285, resume.
Now, I do know a little bit about it because of my military experience, as well as when I fly digital combat simulator, when you have the different frequencies between VHF and UHF and the
Delta
different ranges.
3941, cross Galavin, net and maintain
But you guys are sparking some
250 knots,
good conversations. I'm going to research that.
000.
All right, so maybe we get crazy right now. Right now we are direct.
And what was the heading after? What was the altitude for American 244? Sorry, I missed that.
No, what I think I'm going to do is just add those waypoints in. So let's come down here and look at our
Thank you, American 244.
points already. See, there's Chrysler, Cliffs, Jamgo, Whiz. So it's got Jamgo in there. Let me see.
Southwest 1524, Land Center.
On my luck.
Expedite your
Yeah,
stay
so
away and
it's
look
got
on your back.
Jamgo in there. Then this Wise.
Delta 510, contact Atlanta approach 135.32.
And then it should be Cat. So I think we're set up for a north landing already. We're straight, guys. For once, it actually worked out for us. And I lied. The bottom
831, Atlanta, climb maintain, level 280.
descent is 6,000. So, for once, it kind of worked in our favor that we're landing north. So now, once we get close enough, all we have to do is select the runway. So, there is such thing as easy street every now and then, folks. All right, so we got the overall target altitude of 6,000 programmed in there. Now, let's also go ahead and make sure that it says that there, 6,000. So we're good there. Everything's there at 221. Even though we're going to be a little slower than that, we'll be at 210.
135.32.
Now, let me look and see if there's tower or approach on VATSIM, and let's, again, stay ahead of the aircraft. Okay, so
American 244, resume normal speed.
center, there is no approach,
Delta 396, descend and maintain level 240,
there
transition to
is
310 knots.
Charlotte Ground and Charlotte Tower.
Level 240, transition speed 310 knots.
Charlotte Tower is 18.1.
Walker 767, descend and maintain level 240,
So
transition to 300 knots.
18.1 should be our next
Descend and maintain 240 and 300 knots in the transition.
radio frequency, and that'll be when we're actually on final. Switch over. I think they're going to give us the visual.
Atlanta Center, America 709.
We will check the ATIS again here in a second.
330 for 8,000. Okay, there were a couple
All
of
right,
calling
so-
block each other.
Northern runways
Delta
here.
1245 calling out of Birmingham, standby. American 709, Atlanta Center, radar contact, climb maintain 16,000.
So let me guys give you a snapshot of what we're doing, because I'm a nice guy. Okay. So here's center or right. Again, either one will work out. This will give us more than enough to try to evacuate Echo 6 here and come across. And if we come all the way up here, we can even try to get Romeo. This is the Charlie concourse, and gate C15 is like right here.
1541, last center.
So let's look at the parking gates.
Center, good evening.
Okay, here's C15. It's the third stand in. We should get on here from 1, 2, 3. So runway center, 36 center, and 36 right. So it doesn't make
radar
a difference.
contact, climb and maintain 10,000. 10,000.
So
6 Tango Golf, reset transponder, squawk 20.
hopefully everything works out.
That was broken, 201. 6 Tango Golf, squawk 2007.
And that runway distance, which I failed to mention, for
Delta
both runways
2285.
is, one runway is 10,000 feet, that would be
Clear
center,
direct. Volunteer for now,
and
Victor,
right
X-ray,
would
Victor.
be 8,677 feet. Either way, that's more than enough runway to land on both. So we don't need to do a flaps 3 landing. The wind isn't too bad, and we're just going to go for a medium auto brake.
Delta 2633, last center, climb maintain, trouble 29029.
All right, and I've already armed that, even though we may need to use the spoilers. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let me check on you guys here in the chat. All right, Drew Stone, Charlotte, 11 minutes ago. Wind is out of the east still at 80 degrees, 7 knots, gusting 15. Carrying from 330 to 200. Visibility is 10 static miles, no clouds, under 12,000 feet. Temperature 2.2. Altimeter is now 3005. Thank you, Dave. Let's go ahead and check that again anyway.
For 0 Papa Tango, contact Jacksonville Center 1354902.
See how it's not working now? Let's see.
Delta 3941, contact Atlanta approach 135.32.
1321. Let me just make sure that was the actual.
American 244, resume normal speed, climb maintain
1321.
330.
330 and normal speed, American 244.
American 318, advisory of the Charlotte 80s, expect 36 rain.
I don't know if that was me. We'll see if he says that. I think it was me.
Atlanta Center, Delta 3680, 10,000 for 14. Delta 3680, Atlanta Center, climb maintain, trouble 280, correction 290. 290, Delta 3680. Delta 396, cross Ozzy, yet maintain 14,000, Atlanta altimeter 3000, more than 1 hour old.
Hey, cross Ozzy at 14,000, you want to keep 310 the whole way down?
For now, yes.
Will do.
Echo Victor, there's no traffic as you between you and Greenville Downtown Airport for cancellation of mine for this region.
All right, we're getting ready to cross
We're on the ground,
below
team,
that
advisory
altitude, so
approved.
let's get 3005 in there now, according to Dave.
Echo Victor, Rudder, radar service terminated, squawk VFR for exchange approved.
I'm not sure if Ida. I don't think Ida's still in the area, Dave. Yep, Ida passed New York last night, tore up New York City big time. Wow, that's crazy. I pray for all those people.
480 Alpha.
So I
Zulu,
said, I
Atlanta
think he
Center,
said
climb and
36
maintain,
right.
level 230. Delta 1873, descend maintain, level 240. Maintain, level 240.
Yes, Drew, glad you're safe, man. Being in that area, there's been a lot of people devastated by that.
stand by. 300 Golf Tango, I just realized you're going to Atlanta. 300 Golf Tango, descend and maintain 8,000, the Atlanta altimeter 3000.
Alright, let's try to get ATIS again. See if it's working.
And American know the request, say again. American 709, we get a turn. American 709, clear direct, Levi, climb maintain.
That was funny, the ATIS actually worked further
Levi,
away.
The 260 American 709, thanks.
Which is hilarious. Alright, so we're on our way down. We're doing pretty good right here, folks.
62 Alpha Kilo, Atlanta Center, Tri-Cities, altimeter is...
So let me read the chart and see what we're supposed to do after the last waypoint. Otherwise, if it's nothing major, I don't need to call him and ask again, but if it is, we'll reconfirm. Alright, so, expect radar vector approach course, so it won't matter anyway.
Kilns, climb maintain, level 230.
230 during Kilns now, 16 Golf.
Delta 1873, descend via assist to arrival, Atlanta, altimeter 3000.
This guy's busy, so I'm not trying to waste his time.
Delta 1873, descend via assist to arrival, Atlanta, altimeter 3000.
Let's see, I'm going to test out the approaches. 36 right, which that would be nice if he did give us 36 right. And
Delta 1873, descend via assist to arrival, Atlanta, altimeter 3000. 3000, descend via assist to arrival, Delta 1873. Walker 767, cross Ozzy, maintain 14,000, the Atlanta, altimeter 3000.
Ozzy and maintain 14,000, 767.
Legion 577, Memphis Center 133.65.
Memphis Center, Legion 577.
so yeah, I honestly
Delta
think we're going
831,
to
climb
get 36
maintain,
right.
credible tree 0030 will be your final.
300.
So right now, let's go
Southwest
ahead and
1534,
enter our
cross
destination
Ozzy,
data.
maintain, correction cross Galavin.
We're going to go with Dave gave us 3005. I'm also going to look at FlightAware.
000.
And it was at
So say again for
080.
Southwest 1534 across
Let me see what
Galavin
Dave
at
told us here.
1250 knots.
Let's see, 080, 7 knots gusting, so
Verify the
let's
altitude,
do
12,250 knots. 12,250 knots on Bliss 1554.
alright, decision height
Letter
is,
662, contact Jacksonville Center 1354902.
and we're going to be landing flaps configuration 3, so our approach speed is 154.
4X0 Zulu,
And Dave
Alpha
said
Zulu,
the temperature is
excuse me,
22
Delta
Celsius.
WR, Oscar Tango Kilo, climb maintain 12310.
Alright. So we got that information in. Let's see how we're doing on our descent. Aircraft is pretty much doing what it needs to.
Southwest 778, contact
see.
Memphis Center 133.65. Contact Memphis Center, Southwest 778, good day. American 318, expect 36 right.
Thank you, sir. We'll be expected 36 right, American 318.
American 244,
All right, so he kind of helped me out. Right now, we are direct
6 Tango Golf, climb maintain
Jamgo.
33
Now we can throw that information in there, guys.
320, that'll be final.
So let's go over here to the flight plan and arrival and
200 will be our final level, or can we go up to 350?
36 right. We already have a star.
33 level 290 will be your final altitude.
Let's see, via Heckham. Let's go back up. I think
300 Golf
Via is
Tango, contact
available.
Atlanta approach 135.32.
let's just do Heckham. Chrysler 4, LS 36 right. Alright.
Sky 480 to set and maintain
Let's
7,000.
see. Insert.
7,000 for Sky 480.
See what's going on up here.
Southwest
Let's go ahead
1055, contact
and
Atlanta approach 135.32.
put this on a heading first. There we go.
Sky 480, contact Atlanta approach 135.32.
Now let's see what we are direct. Jamgo still. So let's go direct Jamgo.
Delta 396, stand by.
All right, still direct jam go. Now we're looking good. We got that runway programmed in there, so
American 2072, Atlanta.
let's look for any discontinuities in
Flight
there.
1550 descend via Gandalf to arrival, the Atlanta altimeter 3000.
Perfect. That's it right there, so we're good to go. So this will be, you know, basically final.
Frontier 1550.
So we'll get vectors and then we'll go direct to
396, Atlanta
certain ones.
approach.
So we're good to go there, guys. 10,000. Let's not forget to get our landing lights on.
Contact Atlanta approach 135.32.
3552 options.
All right.
Delta 455, maintaining follow 330. Delta 455, Atlanta Center, send maintain.
All right.
40.
Everything is looking good. I am most certainly going to get this on the wheels page for when I deploy the gear. All right, Dave McKee says, problem with VATSIM for me as a pilot is it's very European, USA focus. Two areas I rarely ever fly. Got you, because Dave's a Canadian. But we appreciate your insight on that, Dave. And I can only imagine how that would be, where, you know, most of the things are focused only on a certain region, but you live a certain place, so, you know, it makes sense for them, don't get me wrong, but Europe and USA hold little interest for me. Right, because that's not where you live. You know, you want to kind of operate where you live at. So we get that. Dave says busiest that he's controlled is Vancouver and what is CYYZ airspace? Is that Toronto? I don't know.
Take a golf watch
taking a shot in the dark. I rarely fly in Canada either, Dre. LOL. Where do you fly, Dave? South America? Oh my goodness.
Right, 2612 Atlantic line, maintain level 230.
Alright, so we got 3-6 right, so let's
take a golf watch.
review a couple of things here while we can.
22-8, good night, see you.
Direct 322, descend maintain level 330.
Alright, so
maintain,
that's not what I wanted to do.
Delta 3680, climb maintain level 370.
So now, just coming on board here, you can see if we land 3-6 right, really our target exit's going to be this Romeo, and then we'll hold short of this runway here, which is really just used as a taxiway, so we're looking for Romeo. If not, it's going to be kind of ugly. We have to come a little bit further down.
480 Alpha Zulu, contact Jacksonville Center 135.
If we get on Alpha, that's not too copacetic. Getting off here on Mike.
Southwest 1534, contact Atlanta approach 135.
Let's look at our approach here.
Approach 135.32.
Runway 36 right. Here, let's do this right here. I think this is going to be the Zulu. It's a Cat 1. We don't want
Delta
Cat
2633, contact Jacksonville Center 135.902.
Okay, here's Cat 2 or 3. That's what we want. So there's there's Hikum, Jinda, Lancer, Sikdu, and Hayu. Alright, here's our missed approach information. Climb to 1320, then right climb, turning 4000,
Delta
We're
1873,
getting ready to do a
contact
left
Atlanta
turn,
approach
and we're going to be downwind. That's why we just
135.32.
came on the chart. So, and glide slope catcher will be right here at Hayu at 2,500 feet. Alright. Funny thing is, my taskbar decided to make its own change. Japan, a lot. Yes, my vids don't reflect where I fly for my personal fun time. I fly basically in Asia and the Middle East. Nice.
Air Canada 930 affirmative. I'm waiting on the handoff to Jacksonville. Just stand by.
Nice, Dave. Yeah, you know, I like flying in Asia and Europe as well, so.
Alright, guys, too many aircraft stepping at Delta 2351 Atlantic, climb maintain level 260.
Alright, so we got one more. Let's see. I believe this is the last waypoint on the... Yep, that's the last waypoint on this. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just take it over and...
2 Alpha Kilo, descend to maintain 5,000. The Tri-Cities altimeter
it's going to
is
descend on down to 6,000.
Expect visual approach runway 23. Roger, descend maintain 5,030.
And let's get that speed back.
Visual 23.
Because I do believe we were supposed to be at
Alpha
6,000
Kilo,
anyway.
actually, mid your altitude, descend and maintain 6,000.
6,002 Alpha Kilo, Roger.
Sky 121, checking in at 14,000.
Sky 121, Atlanta, climb maintain, Throttle 330.
There we go. We should be at 6,000, no problem.
Air Canada, 930,
Also,
contact
India,
Jackson,
Malaysia,
713,
Indonesia,
5492.
Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Korea, etc., LOL, basically every place but the Western world and Americas. Got you, Dave. Well, I know where to find you at. Yep, so we'll just stay on the present heading here, guys.
Good evening, Center. The altitude is 10.6 for 1.
And we
Altitude
have to
13, Atlanta,
remember,
climb maintain, 12350.
let's clear that message out, that our landing speed approaches 154, guys. Alright, so we're below 9,000. Not doing bad at all. We should be
Delta
at
831, contact
6,000 right at our
Indianapolis,
target. We're just going to fly this
119.55.
present heading, which we're currently on. And
Air 322, Washington Center closed, change to advisory approved.
alright, tower is 18.1. Let's make sure tower's still on.
American 318, descend and maintain 4,000.
4,000 American 318. Alright, so let's go ahead and make this 4,000. So we'll continue that descent to 4,000, of course.
Delta 1245 Atlanta, clear to the Atlanta Hartsfield Airport is filed, maintain 5,000. Expect feather 190 in 5 minutes.
I wish I had never left Drew,
Squawk
so it's my way of
2021.
always being there, if you will. That's Dave saying when he left Asia. You two are characters, man. Drew and Dave are straight up characters. That's why I'm glad you're on my channel. I gotta keep it spicy over here. Alright.
Delta 1245 back, crack spectrum, let's go 2-4, advisory to taxi.
Let's come over here. We should have been able to see the field somewhere off the right. I think we were remiss. It's back over here. This should be right off our right side.
2 Alpha Kilo, fly heading at 240 vectors for the, correction, flighting 260.
260 2 Alpha Kilo.
Delta 2285, cross Bama at maintain level 200.
Atlanta Center, good evening, Southwest 21 with your flight level 29.
Alright, it's going to bring that speed down to 190.
Cross 221, land center. Frontier flight 1550, contact Atlanta approach 135.32.
Go to flaps 1.
325 for Frontier 155.
Atlanta Center, good evening. Delta 1518 at Charlotte, climbing 5.7.
Delta 1518, land center, radar contact. Proceed to Weasel, climb maintain 16,000.
Weasel 16, 1518.
Delta 455, contact Atlanta approach 135.32.
Alright, we got the
descent for the arrival when able.
speed brakes out.
2532 and next plane descend, Delta 455.
As you can see there.
United Center, Delta 2285, sorry, someone stepped on that last transmission.
Alright guys, all craft on the frequency standby as multiple aircraft transmitting here blocking each other. American 318, American turn by heading 330, intercept the localizer.
Right, 330 to intercept the localizer, American 318.
Delta 2285,
Alright,
the Delta going to
330.
Nashville, across Bama at maintain level 200.
We'll maintain 200 and we'll cross the spur, Delta 22.
Delta 213 to mid altitude, maintain level 290.
290
American 1077, descend to maintain level 330.
330, let's arm that localizer.
Delta 2351,
Let's
conduct
get
crest
the
view.
landing system up and running here.
Delta 2852, Atlanta, climb maintain level 240.
330, that basically
American 709, cross
gonna
Aussie
get
at
us
maintain
direct
14,000,
to
Atlanta altitude
Jeddah.
3002.
So one thing we can do,
Aussie 14,
we can just come down here and go direct Jeddah. So if we go to our directs
Delta
page,
1518, resume normal speed, climb and maintain,
Agenda.
Federal 310, 31 will be your final.
insert direct 2.
Normal speed 310, 1518.
And if you notice, that's pretty much going to be almost a little off of heading 330, but it'll be fine.
2 Alpha Kilo, clear visual approach, 23, wind calm, runway 23, clear land.
Roger, clear Ryan, runway 23, 12.
Alright, guys.
So, departure November 171 Bravo Charlie is passing 2,300
We can see
for
the
4,000
localizer.
on the Knights 2 departure.
For 171 Bravo Charlie, Atlanta Center, radar
Alright, that was
contact,
just a
climb maintain
notification I still had that speed
11,000.
break out.
Climb maintain 1,000 for 1
Now
Bravo
we
Charlie.
can drop this down to 170. Alright.
Delta 213,
And
climb
we're going to
maintain,
go
Federal
another stage of flaps
310.
course.
310, 4000
So we can keep a nice little profile.
American 2072, descend to maintain, Federal 240.
156, let's do our little landing check here. The auto brake is armed and the speed brake is armed, of course. Landing lights are in, landing information is in the computer, and we are most certainly waiting to pick up the ILS.
Delta 2640, contact Jacksonville Center 135-4902.
3592.
Again, we're going to be looking for Romeo. Let me get my rusty dusty charts here.
American 318 advised, we get the Charlotte Airport in sight, 12 o'clock, 12 miles.
Roger that, we'll advise when we have in sight American 318. Alright, so we'll look for that here in a second. It's a good thing about being a pilot. Take our little time. Alright.
Delta 1726, Atlanta Center, climb maintain, Federal 270.
There it is. American 318 has the field in sight.
American 318, clear visual approach, runway 36 right, contact Charlotte Tower 118.1.
Okay, cleared visual 36 right, contacting Charlotte Tower 18-1. We'll see you next time for American 318.
Southwest 221,
Alright, so
maintain,
18-1.
240.
On the visual, we're about to catch the glide slope too, guys, so let's start piping this speed back to our approach speed of 156. Charlotte Tower, American 318, visual 36 right.
American 318, Charlotte Tower, wind is 080 at 7, gusting 15, runway 36 right, clears land.
36 right, clear to land, American 318. Alright, let's go flaps 3, which we did. We're on the glide slope. Let's also go gear down. Alright, speed brake. We're just waiting for that back gear to get confirmed. They are out and open, which looks good. Auto brake is to medium. We've got everything set up, no smoking, and ignition is on. Alright, now what we can do is turn our landing system on over here as well. And you can see we're right on that mark. We're right at 156 where we want to be. So, let me make sure my airport chart is all pulled up here. And I think it's time for me to take the controls, guys. That's what you guys came to see. Let me check the chat one more time before I decide to... let's see, Dave McKee, scroll up. Oh, I misunderstood. No, I wasn't. Esky mentioned. I said scroll up, not one. Okay, we got some action in the chat. Can't focus on that right now. I'll check you guys out when I get on the ground here.
For the option.
Alright, folks, here we go.
On the go to make left coast traffic.
Autopilot is off.
Say again, November 3.
High aircraft.
Alright, clear the option number 36 left and on the go. Do you want us to make left coast traffic?
Alright.
Yes, sir, that would work perfectly for 3927. Alright, Roger, thanks, thanks.
So far, so good. See, landing lights are all on. Gate C15 is our intended arrival gate, guys.
2000.
There we go. You guys got to remind me, once we land, before we get into the replay, we're going to have to close the doors, because what happens is the replay in these tolless Airbuses, they like to happen with the doors open if they've already been open. Alright guys, so far she's doing well. It's a little bit of a crosswind. You can see we're kind of yawing in there. There we go. But pretty calm otherwise. Okay, we get a little wind right there. A little shaky here on the stick. Woo, that wind is kind of kicking us around, so I'm totally glad we didn't land at full flaps. Alright, I noticed one thing here. The Airbus, if I step it down a knot here or whatever, that's good for the approach for whatever reason. Alright, it is very gusty right now, guys. Doing a lot of trim play. Trying to keep this thing here down. All right.
500.
There we go.
400.
Sink rate.
100 above. 300.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink
Minimum.
rate. Sink rate.
200.
Sink rate. Too low. Flaps.
100.
Too low. Flaps. Too
50.
low. Flaps.
40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
Alright, not bad. Reversers are out.
3927, insert left down, left base relief, V6 right. Base V6 right.
Very off center.
American 318, welcome to Charlotte. Left
Ooh.
when able, contact ground point 9er. You have a good night, sir.
Okay, left when able. You have a good night as well. Ground point 9er for American 318. Alright. That was definitely a pretty ugly landing. And he said contact ground, but ground went off. Ground is no longer on. So, yeah. Let's just come this way. There is no more ground on. I just checked. So, landing was okay. It's very sloppily.
27,
All over the runway.
At 7, gusting 15. Runway
All over the
36
runway.
right, cleared for the ocean caution wave turbulence from a prior A321.
Alright, clear 6 right, we're gonna be full stop, 97.
Alright. Let's
Roger.
go flaps up.
6 right, 97.
And let's get that APU on, of course. Alright, speed brake down. So, we're not doing too bad because we got to kind of do a little bit of back taxiing here in order to get to our gate. And then I'll check the comments. Appreciate you guys riding along on this one. I tell you what though, it was not a great landing, but it was at least a landing. It got super gusty there, and then plane was a little bit off of center where I would have liked it on approach,
Last
but
call
that's
for
okay.
Charlotte Tower, your transmission is coming in very broken. I can barely hear your voice.
So we're in, flaps are up, selected and indicated. Speed brake is down. We just need to get the auto brake off over here. Let's get the wheel brakes cooling down there. So we'll come around and land at the gate. Let's see what we got here for comments.
Last call.
Let's see.
For
They say
Charlotte
nice.
Tower.
Thank you guys. I know it could have been better.
November 001
You guys know my work.
Sierra. We can hear
But
you better now.
still very enjoyable. The approach was good. I'd say into the last 2.5 nautical miles in, or 3 or so. Got super gusty. But as Dave stated in his MENAR report to me, it was gusting. So this should be our concourse here. We just need to go on the other side. I don't know Xbox, free or payware. Okay, best GA. So they're doing a lot of talking here. Good landing given the 17 knot crosswind. Thanks, Dave. Looking good. Drewstone says nice. All right, man. You guys are always too nice. That's why I like flying here, man. You guys boost my confidence. Confidence up even when I do horrible. Which I'm not saying this was horrible at all. All right, let's do some toe break here. All right, we're going to come around this concourse here and keep right. And Charlie 15 should be the third gate in. Hopefully my marshallers are working on here.
Great day in the Tracon.
Great day in your Tracon, see ya. Tower 3 times Charm, November 001 Kilo Sierra.
November 001 Kilo Sierra, Charlotte Tower, yeah, you're coming in pretty good now.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3. This should be our gate here. The third one in.
November 001 Kilo Sierra.
I have no marshallers here.
Durham Airport. Actually, stand by. We're going to have to send you a reroute. Let us know if that works for you. Stand by.
Alright, let's see exactly how we're doing on the outside. Alright, we were close line. We're going to be a little crooked on this one. It's going to be okay. But no marshaller.
November 001 Kilo Sierra, got your reroute. The flight's ready to copy.
Okay, well, ready to copy you.
001 Kilo Sierra. Your reroute is the Knights to departure, radar vectors to Pekin. Advise if that route works for you.
Alright, park and brake is set.
Okay, we'll do the Knight to departure,
Should've
radar
got
vectors
that,
Pekin for 001 Kilo
taxi
Sierra.
light off. Okay, now we can literally
And November 001
get
Kilo
our
Sierra, got your clearance.
transponder off. And let's go ahead for shutdown.
Okay, 001 Kilo Sierra is ready to copy. Clearance.
And guys, welcome into
to the Raleigh Durham Airport via the Knights
Charlotte.
Departure.
Let's go out and take a little quick look. Also curious to see if that gate's gonna start activating. Let's look and see who else we have here on the field. You guys know I like to nose around.
Departure is on 132.907, clock 6.
Do a little 360 here.
Okay, we're Knights to departure.
36 right, that's where we came in on. First, looks like we got some general aviation guys over here.
132.97 and 6306.
Like we got some buddies here flying together online.
1 Kilo Sierra, readback is correct. Let me know, ready to taxi 36 right.
Like a little Cessna 172. Alright, but other than that, guys, let me check the chat really quick before we get into the replay. Let me disconnect from the VATSIM network too, of course. That way we don't get yelled at. Alright. So, Night Drew, stay safe, my friend. Free payware, I don't know. Let's see. Nice one. Drewstone says, got a call tonight. Good one. Thanks, Drew, for checking in and everybody. Let's go ahead and jump into this replay really quick. Well, without further ado, we can also get that beacon off, which that may be what's going to, let's see. AP lead is on. That looks good. Just make sure that gate's not going to connect. And let's check the doors page, because like I said, sometimes on the replay, the doors page is open. All the doors are closed. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump right into it and see what we get. All right. you guys can see we were yawing in to the field, and yeah, it got pretty gusty at the end there. But that's what we had to do. We had to come in sideways, man. All right. See some texture issues on here. It looked like we were going to hit the center of the runway until we actually got on the runway. Just trying to make sure we didn't over flare per se, because that wind was kind of dancing us around. And with the Airbus, because you know you're flying with the throttle in the climb position the whole time and managing your speed using MCP, I feel like I don't have as good as feel on the aircraft as I do other ones where I literally have the throttle control in my hand. All right, here we come. Over the numbers, past the blocks. We floated it a little right here. I wasn't trying to over flare. We held it a little bit, and not a completely bad landing. You know, we started shimmying a little bit on the runway using the rudder pedals, but that wasn't too bad. I mean, it felt worse than it was. Still a lot of room for improvement, of course. Still a lot of room for improvement. Let's check this way out. Get an honest view of what happened. I was purposely coming in a little low. It kept saying flaps, but that's because we didn't land at full flaps. This TOLIS will give you that warning unless you do. There we go. We're still kind of yawing. So I tried to crab it a little bit, straighten it up, but I was still a little bit left of center. So it wasn't too bad. Not too bad of a crab, actually. Alright, we'll get us a nice little wing view and call it a night, guys. And you never know, you might see me in a little bit on American Truck Simulator. You never know. Alright, we'll do it right out of this window here. Let's get rid of that. This will be the last replay. Hey guys, Dave says the thing with the bus though is IRL pilots never disco before 200 feet really, hence they stay in one throttle setting. That's correct, Dave. That's correct. And you know, I mean, I've had some awesome landings on here. I usually land the A350 from Flight Factor pretty well. The TOLIS says I land pretty good as well. I do horrible when it's in a gusty, windy situation. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is, guys. Hey, I want to say thanks for riding along on this one. May or may not do American Truck Simulator here in a little bit. We'll see. I'm still curious to see if my controls cam will work on that when I disconnect the other camera, so I may just do that just to do it. I want to say thanks to everybody, Dave McKee and Greenlight Auto Brokers and Drewstone 77. I believe there was a CC, somebody in there, and anybody else who I missed. Thank you guys for checking in and riding along. Here's our touchdown here, and we're just gonna ride it into the gate. Until the next time, take care, God bless, stay safe. COVID-19 is nothing else but another challenge in life. We'll get past it. So you know, do what you got to do to protect yourself, whatever that looks like for you and your family and those around you. God bless, guys. One love, and we'll just ride it out to the gate here. Take care.